Hi, welcome to She Spice. With various peers venturing forward to help Katt Williams, Robert Downey Jr. additionally felt a sense of urgency to go along with him and shed light on his own Hollywood encounters and what's genuinely been occurring in the business. So we should get everything rolling with practically no further ado. Recollect when Katt Williams dropped those sensations on the Club Shea Web recording last year, uncovering some obscure industry business that was wild. However, at that point, he confronted a ton of reactions to it. Now, Robert is moving forward, getting down to the unjustifiable treatment and showing support for Katt. He is, in any event, alluding to why Katt may be enduring an onslaught. Things are certainly warming up. Katt Williams has emerged as an unmistakable informant, uncovering the secret, real factors underneath the marvelous exterior of the Hollywood business with tireless assurance. Katt proceeds to divulge surprising disclosures that are sending shockwaves all through the diversion world. And the truth is, we watched this directly before our own base and realized it was going to happen, he told us, and we weren't aware close by the report of his disclosures with respect to the supposed connivance encompassing Michael Jackson's demise. Computer-aided design has additionally been vocal about tending to the depiction of dark entertainers in ladylike clothing inside media outlets. It could likewise be expressed that there's nothing more clever than a person of color in the dress. Katt Williams has courageously handled questionable points that some might see as awkward, and it appears to be that his candid nature has incited analysis from specific components inside the business. Different episodes hint that Hollywood may be effectively attempting to move away from Katt because of his firm position. Since you know ain't no one falling asleep with him, you just got Tiffany Haddish. She's been doing parody since she was 16. It's generally expected that acquiring a genuine comprehension of an industry requires first-hand experience. Entertainer Katt Williams has, as of late, offered charming bits of knowledge that highlight this idea. Williams indicated that critical disclosures about Tiffany Gehenna's profession, as per Williams, might not have unfolded as naturally as she has depicted it to the public. Those are simply realities, sir. How is the number of that absolute 9? So you've done 9 recorded satire stand-up specials while never getting funded or having an arrangement. The carefully prepared comic holds the viewpoint that Haddish could have sped up her ascent inside media outlets, assuming you've at any point scrutinized the credibility of Gehenna's persona. This disclosure isn't one to ignore. While accounts of superstars carrying on with twofold existences have surfaced over and over, Abaddon's excursion to the zenith has all the earmarks of being an exceptional case. Katt Williams left no detail alone in his revelation. Do you think she composed Young Lady's Trip Blockhead, right? Or do you believe that was at that point content and they gave it to her? It really depends on you. Anything you desire to think that during a new appearance on V1-103's Blunt and Wanda in the first part of the Day Show, Williams didn't keep down as he shared his considerations on a few individual jokesters, counting Lil, Genuine, Howie, Jared, Carmichael, Kevin Hart, and Hannibal. But anyway, it was Tiffany Haddish, the breakout star of the Young Ladies Trip, who ended up being the focal point of a large portion of the analysis. I'm the prologue to Tiffany's Katt Williams, who won an Emmy for his visitor job in Atlanta, really tried to stir up misgivings about Tiffany Abaddon's accomplishments. He inferred that Haddish may not be the creator of her own comedic material and addressed whether she has really laid a good foundation for herself as a veritable comic. He said she's been doing satire since she was 16. You can't let me know you're number 1. Tiffany has this joke, since she hasn't done a visit yet. She hasn't done anything extraordinary. She has not demonstrated the capacity to make wisecracks back-to-back for an hour to no one. Wanda Smith, the host of the show, sent Saint Ste. in to guard. Tiffany Gehenna declared that Abaddon's validity charmed her to crowds accordingly. Katt Williams brought up a provocative issue, asking that while being genuine had turned into an attractive attribute, he proceeded to propose that the business approval toward Haddish may be affected by her freely communicated adoration for Brad Pitt. Williams then made a move to give acknowledgement to a few other dark female comics, for example, Lanelle Melanie Carco and Miss Laura, featuring their abilities and commitments to the parody scene. Since you know ain't no one going to lay down with him, you just got Tiffany Haddish, who has been doing satire since she was 16, in one more meeting, this time with Jamal Finley on his YouTube channel Darktree. Katt is said to have revealed more about the supposed dress-wearing plan that you may be aware of. Katt shared his viewpoint on the combative issue of Kevin Hart wearing a dress in his SNL play, underscoring that Kevin wasn't the only one engaged with this alleged circumstance. He guaranteed that Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx were not too far off next to him, staying with him. In what some have seen as a questionable practice in media outlets, we should be extremely clear. It is conceivable that there is nothing more clever than a location. Katt featured the incongruity in the way that a critical part of the crowd found it entertaining to observe a person of color wearing a dress. He accepted that this response could never have been something very similar if the people included were of an alternate racial foundation. If that is the case, then it could likewise be expressed that there's nothing more clever than a person of color in the dress, notwithstanding Kevin Hart having immovably settled his fame. Katt obscurely suggested the possibility that Kevin probably had his own explanations behind partaking in such jobs, and he communicated regard for Kevin's decisions in this respect. By the day's end, Kevin doesn't need to stress over the things individuals will say regarding him wearing a dress in light of the long queue of dress-wearing individuals before him. Williams painstakingly recommended that he had noticed various craftsmen experiencing comparative difficulties over and again, all through their professions. Given Williams' perceptions, one could think that there could be a watchful effort to sabotage the public picture of dark symbols by specific people or substances. I've never seen media in a gasp suit. I think she wears dresses. So presently, I'm saying, for what reason are we picking old, unfortunate little Kevin Hart, since it was his chance next, notwithstanding his past? Disclosures. Williams uncovered the presence of a mysterious society called the Illuminati, which he guaranteed faces huge resistance from inside the African American population. The ramifications here are that the Watchman, by implication proving his cases and uncovering the general public's name and a portion of its noticeable individuals, has loaned belief to his statements about this mysterious association. He said it was the best club on the planet. This is the Upside Club, the name given to the little worldwide. At the top of the list of tycoon humanitarians, the names of a portion of the individuals are natural figures. Bill Entryways, George Soros Warren, Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner. Yet there are others too, like business monsters. Eli and Edith White, who are similarly affluent yet less notable. While Williams uncovered critical parts of the plan he accepted to have started from the elites, he gave an admonition to individual dark craftsmen, encouraging them to practice alertness and be careful about the possible impact or contribution of this clandestine club. It's not fundamental for us to cause some serious problems, except if we mean to get stung multiple times. Well, now purportedly, Robert Downey is likewise supporting Katt's thought. Since Robert has continuously discussed every one of the supposed wrong things occurring in the business, there is a developing sense that Diddy might be confronting huge difficulties with additional people approaching to uncover his secret insider facts. The most recent disclosure comes from, in all honesty, Robert Downey Jr., who has decided to share his point of view. Downey's record is especially alarming as it claims Diddy's associations with Clive Davis in completing upsetting activities freely set up fate, and what's unbelievable is the way far afield you can go from it, yet track down your direction back. Diddy and Clive Davis have a long and well-established relationship, dating all the way back to the time when Tupac was at the level of his popularity, preceding getting the Grammy salute to Symbol's grant in 2020. Here, Diddy comes transparently reprimanding the Recording Foundation at the pre-Grammy celebration hung on that Saturday night. The occasion, facilitated by C.B. Davis in the foundation, was at that point eminent in the business. The night highlighted energizing exhibitions by Beck Cognac, Carlisle, Cyndi Lauper, Miguel Santana, Confidence, Evans, and Lil' Kim, in the midst of Davis' affirmations of Lumen. For example, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Cardi B, and Dua Lipa, Janet Jackson, Ozzy Osbourne, Nancy Pelosi, and more, situated in the ritzy crowd, were accused of different wildly energetic applauses. What the vast majority don't know is that Diddy really had a guide who shaped him into the beast he is today. The greater part of you ought to have caught wind of the strong music chief, Clive Davis, and his commitment. The charging evening started with a dangerous execution by Beck, who spellbound the crowd with a powerful variety, highlighting hits like Washout and Where It's At. After this exhilarating opening demonstration interval, President and board seat Harvey Artison Jr. conveyed welcome comments that momentarily tended to the well-established issues brought up considering claims made by ousted Chief Deborah Dugan over the first week of Grammy. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.